is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field, historic Duncan Field. Tyson Nevronik, Marcus Metcalf with you. Hastings College baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. National Tournament basketball airing on Extreme Sports 1 with Hastings College and friends. Friends, let's take a look at the Bronco lineup that we have submitted here for this afternoon. Tyler Rojas will lead things off. He will bat second. Evan Morrison batting second, the first baseman this afternoon for Hastings College. Samuel Bruno, the left fielder, wearing number 23. He will bat third. Peyton Vargas, the catcher, batting fourth. Tristan Martinez, the right fielder, batting fifth. Cody Haynes, the center fielder, batting sixth. Diego Martinez, the third baseman, batting seventh. Jared Delgado, designated hitter. Jace Valdez rounding out the prime nine. That is the starting lineup here for the Hastings College Broncos. That is brought to you by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. And first pitch swinging ambush tactics as Rojas dumps one into center field. And the Broncos have a base runner and the game's first hit.
Hayes had no time to react as Rojas belted that thing back, right back where it came from, right underneath the legs of Hayes, right in the center field. Nice job. First pitch single there for Tyler Rojas.
That didn't even get to announce the starting pitcher here for Briarcliff. Rojas was that hungry as Nick Hayes, the starting pitcher, is going to spin around and throw back to Saul over at the first base. Again, Nick Hayes getting the start here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Marquardt is his battery meet. We will meet the rest of the Chargers defensively after this. Foul ball, which is heading towards the UP tracks. Across the diamond, Deversey, Schmid, and Walrod out in the outfield from left to right, respectively. Padilla at the hot corner, Saul at first base. Kay and Christensen up the middle. And as mentioned, the battery mates Hayes and Marquardt for the Chargers as that one misses upstairs. That should bring the count to 1-1. First pitch single from Tyler Rojas. Broncos have a base runner as they try to strike first blood here in the bottom of the first. Morrison charges this one into the gap. This one is going to roll for a while. It gets behind the left fielder, and now Rojas was wheeling around the third base bag. This is going to be slide triple for Morrison. Another extra base hit for his season total here at Duncan Field, and Evan Morrison's hot hitting continues. That was a ringer right in the left center field gap, Marcus, and Bruno couldn't track it down. That baby rolled for days.
Oh, baby, did I miss that? Haven't we missed that the last, few years? This is nice to see thus far. Some clutch hitting, some power hitting there from Morrison. Man, he's had the hot bat here in the last handful of games here for the Broncos, and that's why he's batting number 2 in the lineup.
Apologies, that was Deversey in left that couldn't quite get a handle on the angle. Ball rolls to the wall. Morrison slides in at third base. Rojas has already been driven in. So an RBI triple here for Evan Morrison, and it's back-to-back knocks here for the Broncos with Samuel Bruno stepping up to the plate. Bruno high chopper. Morrison charging in on the plate. He's going to score easy in RBI, and HC has manufactured a 2-0 lead just like that. That'll bring up Peyton Vargas now to the plate. 1 down and 2-0 on the scoreboard. The longtime broadcast instructor from Central Community College, Gordon Wheeler, on hand. So we just continue to point out the friendly faces that we see walking into the yard here today. Nobody is safe.
No.
when I am broadcasting. You walk in and I make eye contact with you,
You're done.
you're getting called out on the broadcast. Gordon Wheeler playing hooky from work this afternoon. He can do that. He's retired. 1-0. Pitch on the outside corner, called for strike. 1-1 with one down.
Hey, he's paid his dues. He can do what he wants now, right? He can come out to the ballpark. Nice day.
I think he would have anyway. Vargas from the left-handed batter's box. Gordon's grandson, Carlos, has been a kind of a staple for the 5 Point seniors and Hastings High baseball team the last couple of years. Pitch inside. And it's taken for a ball.
But no, I do like the aggressive style that Victor Rojas does. You know, give them key pitch, give them key counts for his batters to be successful.
Finding some barrels so far. And now, Hayes trying to pitch around this HC lineup a little bit more and falls behind the count here, 3-2. Vargas trying to keep it going now for the Broncos. It's a 2-0 start here for HC. Swung on and chopped foul. Tristan Martinez awaiting in the on-deck circle. Hayes looks in and delivers. Screamer, but foul down the first base line.
Yeah, it must be running a little bit behind. If you're looking for basketball, like Tyson mentioned, Mike Wells down there and down in Wichita, Kansas for the NAIA National Tournament. It's run a little just a bit behind there down in Wichita, Kansas. So we're going to have a walk there to Vargas, and that's going to bring up Tristan Martinez.
Vargas aboard. Tristan Martinez heading to the plate. Again, Hastings College women's basketball will bring you updates as they get underway with Friends University. Once they get underway, that'll be on Channel 1. You can catch the action. Flip back and forth on the Extreme Sports Roku app if you so choose. Hastings College baseball this afternoon brought to you by High Street Insurance Partners. Looking out for you. Also by Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious. Tristan Martinez now stepping up to the plate. Martinez looks at a first pitch strike.
We got Chris Faraday now doing the honors running at first base, the courtesy runner.
Faraday at the first base bag. Here's the 0-1 count. Spin and turn back to first. Tristan Martinez, by the way, his batter walk-up song, Temperature, by Sean Paul. I know how old I am because that was my walk-up song in 2005. Pitch outside, and sliding in safely, Faraday with the stolen base. Runner in scoring position. Broncos creating some chaos on the base paths. We heard from Victor in the pregame show. That was part of the MO. They wanted to turn the temperature up, pun intended. Here's Martinez. Swings and misses over the top on the 1-1 heater from Hayes. That'll bring the count to 1-2 here with one down. In the bottom of the first, but the Broncos have already struck for two, courtesy of two hits. A leadoff single and a RBI triple onto the gap. Ouch. Martinez fouls it off his foot. Do it once, you feel it every time.
Yeah, that's no fun either. And I've told this story before. I've done it when I was playing in my day. I did it back-to-back pitches, and that did not feel the greatest in the exact same spot.
A lot of ice, luckily.
Yes, plenty of it.
1-2 with one down. A long look back over to second before Hayes fires and delivers. This is a sharp ground ball, second base side. Turn and throw. Did they make the play? No! A delayed call at first base. Briarcliff, I think, is going to have a talk about this. That was a bang play. And after a very, very long delay, the infield umpire, who was standing more between second and shortstop, makes the call and rules Tristan Martinez able to beat it out. Peyton Vargas gets to third. And discussion coming here from the first base line from the Briarcliff coaching staff. Cody McLaughlin, the head skipper, not impressed.
I think they're going to rule out a hit, too, and they're going to set the hit for Martinez. That's
Infield single.
Yeah, that's already 3 hits already this afternoon, game 1 for HC.
Speed does that, man. Coming up next, Cody Haynes with runners at the corners. We'll see if the steal sign is on here for Tristan Martinez with runners at the corners to, as we like to say, create chaos. Pitch fouled away. Roll for days. 0-2 coming up here to Cody Haynes, the center fielder for the Broncos. Hayes looks in. Off-speed pitch this time, and that's going to get past an outstretched shortstop. Get past K. Delaney comes in to score. Martinez over to second, and Cody Haynes with a single. And the Broncos are rolling in the hit column today. 4 hits, 3 runs here in the bottom half of the first inning as Diego Martinez now steps up to the plate. And Nick Hayes is having a rough time of it over for Briarcliff. A lot of barrels getting found here early, Marcus.
Yes, and they are, and they're finding it clutch at times at the plate. We're down to 2, you're on your second 2 strikes already, and they've come up clutch so far. Yeah, Hayes is going to have a visit from his catcher, Cade Marquardt, just see if he can get him to settle down a little bit. You got defense behind you. You only have the first and second now. With only 1 out, you can still turn a double play. You got your defense behind you. Just probably tell them to settle down. And if you're HC, you just keep putting bat to ball and keep putting everything in play and see if you can find some gaps. And they've done that so far with already 3 runs on 4 hits.
How soon are we to getting a laundry basket behind the first base coach for all of the gear that they have to acquire from the base runners? I just saw a third member, a manager, run over and just grab an entire handful of all the equipment that the first base coach was having to hold for these Bronco base runners. That's a good problem to have, though. 4 hits, 3 runs here just in the bottom half of the first inning. Again, Jared Delgado now at the plate. Check that, Diego Martinez.
And Delgado almost actually made that catch there in the on-deck circle. But, yeah, Diego Martinez, he's playing the third base spot today for HC and Coach Rojas. So, see what Diego can come up clutch here with 2 runners on.
2 on, just 1 down. Here in what has been a very efficient and productive offensive outburst here in the bottom of the first. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Diego. Delgado awaiting in the on-deck circle. Diego, pop fly, center field. Schmid is underneath it, and he makes the play. Runner tags up over at second and sliding in safely. Now ball bobbled here at shortstop and sliding in. Head first and safe is going to be Cody Haynes. So Martinez and Haynes advance. Little defensive bobble, just enough hesitation for Cody Haynes to get aggressive and swipe second too.
No, that's good heads-up base running right there. You saw the bobble right there from the shortstop, and good job there by Haynes to recognize that and put himself now in scoring position with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Jared Delgado to the plate.
Jared Delgado, designated hitter, batting here out of the 8-hole. Jace Martinez awaiting in the on-deck circle. 2 down here, Broncos trying to bat around. Get through the lineup here just in the bottom of the first inning. Confidence continues to build here for this HC baseball team. Playing some pretty good baseball. We're watching it right now. Here's the 1-0 from Hayes to Delgado. Delgado, line drive, but the rocket caught over at the first base bag by Saul, and the inning comes to a conclusion. but not before the Broncos put up 3 runs on 4 hits. No Briar Cliff errors. Broncos send 8 to the plate in the bottom of the first. They lead at 3-0. Top of the second coming up when we return. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza,
Runza is so sweet.
especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Aw, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back from beautiful Duncan Field, Tyson Bronick, Marcus Metcalf with you, Hastings College Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network this afternoon. A doubleheader to open up the Great Plains Athletic Conference season, and not a bad start for the Broncos. 3 runs in the bottom half of the first as they lead it over the Chargers 3-0. Marcus, they are underway, I understand, in Wichita at the Garvey Center. Hastings College and Friends airing on Extreme Sports Channel 1 with Mike Will, and it's an early start for the Friends.
Yeah, Friends up early. Only 3 minutes gone by here in the first quarter of the NAI National Tournament. Only 3 minutes gone by. Friends leading early, 6-2.
So they are underway. We will keep tabs on that contest for you here this afternoon. Stepping up to the plate will be Caleb St. Ayer. He represents the designated hitter here for the Chargers. 1-1 count as Weber goes to work. Weber with a strikeout here in this contest. Did surrender a walk and hit a batter, but didn't come back to bite him in the top of the first. As it's a 1-2, and Weber delivers. This one fouled back into the netting. More protective measures here at Duncan Field. Always good to see these for just the fans and the players. They added the netting around the stadium several years ago, but Marcus, now an added measure for the players by the dugouts, and you like to see that too.
Yeah, that was put up after an incident we had this summer. I believe that was the reason why, and so it's a good protective netting for the players and coaches as well down in those dugouts as that ball comes at you pretty quick. Because we have one right in front of us, come back in the field to play. But yeah, the only question I have is that's a toss-up. What you want to do is how many are we going to see more foul balls hitting in the parking lot or by the train tracks, or how many trains are going to come through here every so often? As we're going to have a strike 3 swing in there for St. Ayer. First strikeout of the ball game there for Weber for HC, and that's going to bring up Christensen now to the plate for Briar Cliff.
First strikeout here of the inning is St. Ayer. Just goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts of the leadoff batter in back-to-back innings here for Weber. As Weber now goes up against Jake Christensen here in the left-handed batter's box. That pitch inside. Nearly gets him. I do like the fact that we've seen, or at least in the early part, and I've even noticed this at the Division I level, I think batters are finally starting to kick the habit of diving in. That was really something that was almost playing the game a couple of years ago, diving in over the plate. I've noticed a lot better at bats, really at every level, so kudos so far today.
No, I agree with you, because they're just crowding the plate, and they're barely just kind of sticking an elbow out and getting a cheap way to get on base.
Well, back to the previous comment that we had about the armor that they all have. When you're suited up in something that is made out of the medieval century, of course you're leaning over the plate. It's not going to hurt that bad.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen kind of a collective effort to mitigate or eradicate that from the game, and you love to see it. Here's a 3-1 from Weber. It's on the outside corner, and now the count runs full here, 3-2.
And like I said, if you're not familiar, if you haven't seen any baseball at all, they actually have that extra base there at first base also. I mean, that's something mixed emotions about. As the next pitch here is going to be a line to the second baseman. Easy play there for Rojas, in time for the second out.
4-3 put out, the safety bag really only coming into play when you use that as a step off.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have backed off onto the safety bag after reaching, and then that's the violation that gets called, and then the argument, well, why have it if we're not going to properly use it? So the game continues to evolve. We'll just say that as Grant Deversey stepping up to the plate. You had mentioned yesterday, and I didn't want to get into the argument, but we're probably going to have plenty of time on a doubleheader today.
Yeah.
The new ABS system.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I just mentioned it. So it's swinging there and a miss there on Deversey there. Strike 2, 0-2 now here for Connor Weber.
What it's showing me is that the home plate umpires need some work. We see that in the early spring training. I think there was 3 consecutive missed calls. Everybody has mixed emotions about it, mixed opinions. If we're going to do it, it's got to be quicker. I can't have the umpire stepping out and pausing and then going to the watch and checking and then coming back and making the announcement. Just check the watch, make the signal, and let's play ball.
Yeah, it's like they want to speed up the game. You're just slowing it down.
Right, here's the 1-2. A rocket shot to third at the hot corner, playing it well. Martinez to Morrison, a 5-3 putout, and the Broncos retire the side in order. St. Ayer goes down on strikes. Christensen, 4-3 putout. Deversey, 5-3 putout. Up, down go the Chargers. 3 up, 3 down go the Chargers. We're going to the bottom of the second with the Broncos leading 3-0. It's Bronco baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back at historic Duncan Field, Hastings College enjoying a 3-0 lead here on the Briarcliff Chargers as we come back. First pitch swinging for the Broncos. Jace Valdez, the 9-hitter, straight lining in to the first baseman. It's all for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jason Valdez. That will bring Tyler Rojas to the plate. He led off the ballgame with a first pitch single back in the first. Part of a 3-run first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Broncos. For Weber, still a goose egg in the hit column after the first 2 frames. Walked and hit a batter, but no damage done. As Rojas tries to start the train again, Hayes pitching him much more carefully this time. No get-me-by fastball this time after Tyler Rojas made him pay in the previous at-bat. 1-1 is the count. Here to the Bronco leadoff man, who heads back to bat here just in the second inning after the Broncos sent 8 to the plate in the first. Getting off to that great start. Here's the 1-2. Evan Morrison, the dangerous hitter, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Tries to nibble at the corner, does Hayes, and misses. Brings the count to 2-2.
He's already made the adjustment already on Rojas. He's going to try and pitch inside or completely on the outside to Rojas there to see if he can get him swing and run down the line.
Rojas will wait for his as he chops that one foul.
kind of nice when you got your dad down there in third base coaching box, kind of giving you some direction in it, you know, for especially swinging mechanics-wise.
I had dad in third base coaching box. He just told me to swing hard in case you hit it. Rojas, 2 hopper to third base side, 5-3 put out. And there's 2 down. I'll bring up Evan Morrison to the plate. Morrison, couple home runs in Tuesday night, followed up with a RBI triple. I'd argue that there is no better hitter right now in the Great Plains Athletic Conference than Evan Morrison. And I'll stand by it. He has been red hot, especially here at Duncan Field. Potential Player of the Week honoree here for the G-Pack as that pitch is in there for a strike. Just 1 home run at Duncan would put you up for a G-Pack Player of the Week. You get 2 in the same game?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1.
Not only just the home run, but where he hit it out of this park. Hit that thing in the parking lot across the street. That's about 450 feet.
Wound up in the parking lot of Dally's Deli. People that were expecting to go in there for a sandwich ends up with a free souvenir, courtesy of Evan Morrison. 2-1.
And then maybe some people that live down the street there probably got a ball as well, because he hit 2 that way.
Hitters count here with a 2-1, and this one misses inside. Hayes wants no part here of Evan Morrison. Got to come in now at 3-1 or face the base on balls. The 2-2's looking his chops here. The pitch inside, and Morrison draws a walk. I think you got a collective sigh among the hometown fans who are just piling in here to Duncan Field to watch this kid hit.
Everybody went 1, 2, 3. Oh.
I remember that was the summer of '98. I can recall that. We were at a Cardinals game, and of course that was the home run chase between Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. And Friday night he didn't even play. It was his scheduled day off, so we drove all the way up to Kansas City to watch a head Cardinals baseball team without Mark McGuire. Then Saturday he played, and I think he got 4 walks, and the crowd started to boo the Royals pitching staff. Here's a 1-0. Morrison. It's off on the pitch. He's going to slide in safely. It's a stolen base. Does he hang on to the bag? He does. So Morrison swipes a bag. 2 stolen bases here for the Broncos offensively. And Samuel Bruno, the left fielder here for the Broncos, heads back to the plate. He put the ball in play, and good things happened as he drove in the second run of the game. 1-1 with Morrison at second. 2 down here for the Broncos. Trying for a little 2-out magic. The runner in scoring position. Tuck on the pond, as they say. Here's the 2-1. Check swing. Goes around. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base. Wearing number 22. 2's all over the place here. Bottom of the second. Broncos leading by 3, looking for more. The pitch from Hayes. Hit up the middle, fielded by the shortstop as Kay fires it over to Saul in time, and the Chargers are out of the inning with no damage done. Samuel Bruno grounds out. Morrison gets aboard and gets in scoring position, but stranded there. Broncos heading to the top of the third with a 3-0 lead. Briarcliff coming to bat. You are listening to Hastings College Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here from beautiful field this afternoon. Bronco baseball here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. Bronco basketball here on Extreme Sports 1. Michael's got the call. Broncos, I understand, Marcus, have retaken the lead in a first quarter of play.
Yeah, towards the end of the first quarter, 22-18. Last check, Broncos with the lead. His first pitch is going to be in there. Bounce away for a ball one. But yeah, the Broncos early, 22-18 lead. So good start here for Coach Gina Douglas' Broncos.
Grayson Key at the plate. He represents the 9-hole and the shortstop here for Briarcliff this afternoon. Again, first game scheduled for 7. Game 2 will be 9. Providing that Briarcliff doesn't make a thing of this and take it to extra innings. If that's the case, then game 2 will also be 7 innings of play. As that's a hooking curveball in there from Weber for a strike. It's 2-1. Or did that one just miss? That one fouled off. So, nevertheless, it's 2-2.
Yeah.
Got there eventually.
Yeah. Just had a way to pitch.
I don't know. The previous pitch looked pretty good, too.
Yep.
That can be Coop's defense attorney here from the broadcast booth. Second umpire. Here's the 2-2. Oh, wanted it, didn't get it. 3-2. That outside corner to the right-handed hitters has not been there.
No, and
I think there's 2 that have been close.
You got the great angle for the right side of the plate, or the left side of the plate. I got the great angle from the right side of the plate, and that left side of the plate over here has been perfect.
Pitch in at the knees, and no appeal for a check swing. It'll be a base on balls, and Grayson Kay draws the walk.
Well, you mentioned it, though, you mentioned the basketball thing. If HC is able to win tonight, they'll play again tomorrow either against Corbin of Oregon or Texas A&M San Antonio. So that's kind of your matchup going in tomorrow if the Broncos are able to win today.
Here is a pitch taken for a ball. Quick check from Vargas, forcing Kay to get dirty. We say that, but this is synthetic turf.
Yeah. So used to a dirt infield.
I wouldn't know what to do. Normally I would like to go out pregame, and kind of one of the superstitions I had was grab some dirt on the third base bag and just rub down the jersey, so that way even if we didn't get dirty by the end of the game, coach thought you were hustling.
Yeah.
And somehow a little dirt on the baseball jersey always made me feel like I was playing a little better. As Kay's off on the pitch, this one's fouled back into the parking lot. Look good, play good, right?
Yeah, and it makes your parents have to do laundry.
No. Not if we were winning.
Not if we were winning.
We were winning. That was not going through the wash.
Oh. So kind of like
another superstition.
Kind of like Coach Stroman on Adams Central side. He's going to keep wearing that chain that he's been talking about.
This one, too?
And that one, too? Yeah. Yeah, that one you got, hon.
There's a lot of superstition. It's Friday the 13th. I'm not going to take anything to chance, my man.
No. Yep, I got mine on, too, and it's just, like,
The lucky baseball chain, that's been a staple since high school. Here's 2-2 count. Walrid the batter. This ball flared out to left center. It's going to drop in there for a base knock. Taking a big turn is going to be Kay. Ball was attempted to be cut off by the shortstop. It ricochets off the glove, and Walrid's going to stand up at second base. So a double for Kale. Advancing on the play was Grayson Kay. And the first extra base hit for the Chargers, and the first real sign of danger since 2 outs at the top of the first for Cooper Weber.
Yeah, it's first hit of the ball game
for
Briarcliff. So
dropped it in there for a knock. Swung on and missed. Big cut from Nico Saul. That ball would have traveled if it would have found a barrel. He was swinging for the downs. Coop. Good Lord. This ball is blasted into. I have no idea where this is. Neither does the second baseman. They're chasing after it. Diving. And it goes foul. That one, I think, did that deflect off the moon and come back down?
That's what I was wondering because us two didn't see it.
I had no idea where that went off the bat.
No. And I think that's actually a fortunate thing because if that ball lands, he catches it, you're going to have a one-run score, and you're probably have another run scoring position. So it's actually kind of a nice thing. And it didn't catch it.
Good hustle play nonetheless from Rojas at the second base bag. And now Coop's up 0-2. Coop checks the pitch comm. Don't want to interfere with the signals here. Throw him a curveball. Swung on and missed. A huge cut from Nico. Goes up the ladder and gets him to chase. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Cooper Weber.
Boy, he climbed the ladder on that one and Saul didn't even have a chance.
Well, he was swinging for the downs with two runners in scoring position. His eyes lit up after the first one, and they just kept going up the ladder on him and gets him to swing and miss. Here comes Cade Marquardt now to the plate. Still two in scoring position, so you got to be careful. And now Weber has found the strike zone once again.
Is there a chance, do you possibly walk him in this situation to get a double play opportunity?
I go after.
Yep.
I attack. It's still early enough in the ball game. Coop gets the outside corner here. 0-2. Katie Marquardt doesn't like it. He'll step back into the right-handed batter's box after airing some frustrations. And Coop on 3 straight pitches sits down Cade Marquardt. Coop's got his groove back. Back-to-back punch-outs here in the third. Surrendering the walk and then the double that puts runners at second and third. And now Cooper Weber has dialed up 2 huge clutch back-to-back strikeouts. Oh, how big would a third be? The dugout would erupt. The dugout would absolutely lose their mind. Here, strike 1.
I think this crowd will go nuts, too.
Look, I mean, he's confident. He gets that ball back, and he wants to go right back to work.
Yep.
He is in a groove. Let him eat. Strike 2.
Fastball, fastball, and fastball. Last 4 pitches. I wouldn't doubt if you see number 5 right here.
Briarcliff was going for time. And you're going to pull everybody in here.
Stall tactic. He was halfway down that.
Oh, I know he was.
Calling for time, and I can hear him through my headset, and I can hear him.
That's a home advantage here.
Yeah.
I think we're all just kind of caught up in the moment, and I'm hearing off into the distance like someone yelling time.
Yeah.
That was the Briarcliff. Corby McLaughlin was trying to get the home plate umpire's attention. I didn't even see him until it was almost too late. Here's the 1-2. Coop, you can't stall him. He gets 3 back-to-back-to-back strikeouts to put the Chargers away in the third. Huge clutch pitching. Cooper Weber. Bottom of the third we go. Broncos up 3-0. It's Bronco baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Spring is finally here and it's blooming at Bob Sass Flowers. Shop our spring items featuring fresh tulips, beautiful mixed bouquets, and vibrant spring arrangements. Plus, spring home decor, silk stems to style your own space, and spring scented candles to make your home feel brand new. Refresh your space, surprise someone special, and celebrate the season of spring. We will also be having our spring sale March 16th through the 21st. We will have store-wide savings. Stop by Bob Sass Flowers, located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings, where spring is in full bloom, serving Hastings and the surrounding areas since 1955.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic reeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Caught it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field this afternoon on the Extreme Sports Network. What a job from Cooper Weber, who bounces back after surrendering a walk and then a double and follows it up with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody down with 3 consecutive strikeouts as he gets Saul, Marquardt, and Padilla to all fan. And it was a all fastball express from Cooper Weber. That had fired up the dugout and really this hometown fan base, which continues to shuffle in here on a Friday afternoon. Kudos to the Hastings baseball community for coming out in numbers here for the GPAC opener, as it'll be a 1-0 count here to the Bronco leadoff man, Peyton Vargas. Vargas chops one up towards the pitcher, and it's going to be fielded by Hayes, steps on the first base bag, and Vargas is retired. But Marcus, that was one of the best pitching performances that I have seen with backs against the wall. One of the best 3 at-bats that you could ask for a college pitcher.
After you just gave up a walk and a double, a long double if that, or I would say all that, and you come back and you just throw nothing but heat for the next 3 batters and you knock them out on about, I think, 12 pitches. That's just incredible pitching by Weber.
T-Mart, first pitch swinging, pops this one up towards the center fielder. And covering over is Schmid for the out. 2 quick outs here for the Broncos. But I don't think it matters. Coop's ready to go right back on the hill and take the rock after 3 straight strikeouts. He's got 5 on the ball game. And what a way to end the top half of the third, as coming up to the plate now will be Cody Haynes. He had a single in his first plate appearance back in the Big Bronco first. First pitch taken for a ball. Basketball update. Marcus Metcalf.
38-22. Hastings with the lead. Hastings jumping up. Macy Bryant with 10 points already in the ball game. Mariah Vila with 9. So Hastings jumping out early here, only halfway through the second quarter. Next pitch is outside for a ball. 4:34 remaining. Hastings leads 38-24.
Hastings College, if they win today, they will be back in action tomorrow from the Garvey Center, and thus putting baseball on Channel 2 once again. Marcus Metcalf will have your action here from Duncan Field tomorrow. And we'll have brewery duties to attend to. We're having our St. Patrick's Day celebration, as this pitch is in there for a strike. So come down after baseball. See me.
Yeah.
That's why I can make some money.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here to Cody Haynes. Pitch inside, taken for a ball.
Yeah, keep him there till about midnight, 1 o'clock. No,
that's too late.
Oh, okay.
We close at 10.
Okay, keep him there till 10 then. That's fine. Keep him there till 10. How about that?
Here's the pitch from Hayes to Hayes. And Hayes strikes out looking. Inside corner, freezes Cody. That's the second strikeout on the Broncos as we get set to go to the top half of the fourth. Broncos still leading 3-0. Chargers coming to bat. We'll see if Coop has act number 2 in the strikeout category. It's Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic reeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Caught it in the foul.
the home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field this afternoon, Tyson Ivronik and Marcus Metcalf with you. Hastings College baseball here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. Top of the fourth in this first game, which is again scheduled for 7. Game 2 for 9, as it'll be an outfield single on the pitch. Damon Schmid ripping that baby out to right field. And I'll bring up Caleb St. Hilaire, who struck out in his previous plate appearance. Hastings College baseball this afternoon, brought to you in part by Pepsi, delicious and refreshing. Also by Runza, homemade fresh, and by the Great Plains Athletic Conference, which is proud to bring you Great Plains Athletic Conference baseball, the season opener. Here today from Duncan Field. Swing and a miss from Caleb St. Hilaire, a designated hitter here with Schmid over at first base. Schmid, secondary lead, trace back to the bag, paints the outside corner, starting to get that corner built up a little bit. If you consistently hit it enough, home plate umpire is eventually going to start giving it to you, especially if Briar Cliff's not offering.
And magically, that strike zone kind of widens just a little bit for you.
0-2. Coop with 5 punch-outs on the afternoon. Check swing, no swing, fire down to first, and he's going to get under the tag. How about the appeal to the check swing? Can we get that? Victor Rojas is making the mention. They say no go. So 1-2. A lot of activity on that last play. Nearly forgot to appeal for the check swing. Cooper Weber swung on and missed. Down goes St. Hilaire for the second time. 6 punch-outs here for Weber.
That's the one thing I do like about Weber. He's only a redshirt freshman, and once he gets that ball back to him, he's doing this. I've been watching. He's been doing this with his hand, telling him, okay, what's the signal? He wants to go so he can dial up his speed and make sure these batters don't get comfortable and the runners can get comfortable on the base pass. So pretty veteran way to be as a redshirt freshman.
If you're in a groove, you're rocking and firing. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
As the runner goes off on the pitch, and this is going to be a good hit and run as Schmid is going to head to third base easy. Jake Christensen slaps it into left. Hit and run works out to perfection. Second base hit for the Chargers. Third base hit for the Chargers, and it's runners at the corners now for Briar Cliff.
Yeah, perfectly timed hit and run there for Briar Cliff. Now you have your runners on the corners and see if they seek and get himself out of the situation. Infield, middle infield, double play depth. Corners are playing more end.
Granite Diversity stepping up to the plate. 0-for-1 on the day. Coop, off speed. Doesn't get the call. 1-0 count. 3-0 ball game. Broncos on top. 3 runs on 4 hits. They have not committed an error defensively. Meanwhile, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for Briar Cliff. As Deversey goes around, and now it's 1-1 count. Christensen showing no desire to test the Bronco catcher Vargas behind the plate. As Coop paints the black again. Gets the rock back, heads to the top of the hill. He'll try to dial up another K. 6 on the day, including the Houdini Magician Act, as this is going to be a 2-hopper that's going to get past short and third. So Briar Cliff finally strikes across for a run. You would have thought it was going to be last inning with getting runners at second and third with nobody out, but Weber gets himself out of a dangerous situation and Houdini's himself with 3 straight strikeouts. Deversey gets the RBI single. Drives in Schmid on the play, and it's Christensen and Grant over at first and second, respectively, and bringing up Grayson Kay. Keep wanting to say Key because I can't read my own writing. Grayson Kay. Okay. Pitch in there at the knees for a strike. So what if we just erased and just have K? Well, that's phonetic spelling genius for you, Marcus.
Hey, can you read that?
0-1 here to K. As Coop off speed, Bender too high. Count sits at 1-1 with 2 runners on. 1 down here in a 3-1 Hastings College lead. Broncos, all of their damage offensively coming in the bottom half of the first. As here's a fly ball out towards right field. Martinez has got a read on it. Underneath it and fires back into the diamond in time. No runners can advance on the play. And Kay, lazy pop fly to right field for the second out. 3 runs, 4 hits in the bottom of the first inning for the Broncos, and bats have kind of gone quiet since. I think we'll try to get out of this inning is with limited damage done. Hold them to just the one run, Marcus, but then the offense has got to get back to work.
Yep, gonna have to replay like he did in the first inning with 3 runs. The first pitch is gonna be outside for a ball. No, like you said, the bat's been quiet, but also Briar Cliff's pitching has done pretty decent ever since the first inning. They calmed down a little bit and able to get some pop-ups and some ground-outs.
Yeah, Hayes has settled back down as it's the leadoff hitter Walred at the plate. 2 aboard for Kale as he takes a look at a pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Strike 1. Just 1?
Strike 1.
Weber's pitch. Misses for ball. 2-1 the count. Christensen and Deversey, second and first respectively. Walred at the plate, 2 down here in the top half of the fourth. Broncos trying to halt the Briar Cliff momentum in its tracks. Weber checking the runner over at second base. Rocks and fires. Here is a 2-hopper to short, flipped over to second in time. And the 6-4 puts out the Briar Cliff Flames. Walred grounds out to end the fourth, but the Chargers do strike for 1. 3-1. Hastings College with the advantage. Bottom of the fourth. Time to get the bats going again, Bronco fans. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Spring is finally here and it's blooming at Bob Sass Flowers. Shop our spring items featuring fresh tulips, beautiful mixed bouquets, and vibrant spring arrangements. Plus, spring home decor, silk stems to style your own space, and spring scented candles to make your home feel brand new. Refresh your space, surprise someone special, and celebrate the season of spring. We will also be having our spring sale March 16th through the 21st. We will have store-wide savings. Stop by Bob Sass Flowers, located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings, where spring is in full bloom, serving Hastings and the surrounding areas since 1955.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Back here at Duncan Field, the Great Plains Athletic Conference season opener here on a Friday afternoon, the first of 4 games that we'll have for you here on Extreme Sports 2 to open up the GPAC season for the Broncos. As Diego Martinez steps up to the plate here in the bottom half of the fourth, with the Broncos enjoying a 3-1 advantage, but starting to get to that point in the game, Marcus, where I think the offense would like a few more insurance runs for the pitching services of our young freshmen.
Yeah, and that's going to be key, because especially a young freshman, like you said, a couple runs here, about another 3 or 4 runs, make it look pretty good right now. Make it a 7-1 lead. We have another foul ball into the parking lot, and hopefully doesn't hit anybody. But yeah, a couple more runs here for HC would be beneficial for their young pitcher.
0-2 count here to Diego Martinez. Again, Broncos, if you're just joining us, striking for gold right out of the gates. 3 runs on 4 hits in the very first inning. And they have been quiet since, and a lot of that due to the bounce-back pitching here from Nick Hayes. He has settled back in and on cue, ears burning. He gets Diego Martinez to go down on strikes. That's the third Bronco strikeout of the afternoon as Jared Delgado will now step up to the plate. Delgado, 0 for 1 today. Looking to put one into the hit column and get the fans, I think, off their hands a little bit here, too. There was a lot of momentum after that big 3 straight strikeouts from Cooper Weber. Broncos couldn't capitalize it on their offensive opportunity, and Briar Cliff strikes for 1 in the top half of the 4th. You'd like to see the Bronco bats reestablish some of that magic that we saw early on in this ballgame.
Yeah, Delgado, you mentioned 0 for 1. He was robbed of the base. That ball was line drive right to the first baseman. First baseman made a great job of snagging that thing out of midair and was able to rob Delgado of a base hit.
Good call back, 2-0 with the 1-0. Swung on and missed. That'll be 2-1. Change location, change eye levels, and Delgado was fooled. Jace Valdez waiting in the on-deck circle, top of the lineup. Should a Bronco batter find a way to get on board. That one misses out, and that'll bring the count full, 3-2. Hayes steps forward and delivers. Ball hits the top of the dugout.
The whole dugout.
How many does it take to get a baseball? They're all popping out, and they're like, nope, too far. Delgado, meanwhile, draws the walk. I'm more interested in what's going on over here. They're trying to push the baseball towards the top of the dugout. They eventually just dump it off to the side.
They look like a bunch of baby birds when mama comes up with food and they pop up out of the nest. Oh, that was funny.
Good stuff.
Brings up Valdez down to the plate.
Valdez at the plate. Delgado at first after drawing the walk here with 1 down. And, a sharp comebacker right back to him. Fielded nicely by the second baseman. Played it perfectly in double play depth. And what turns out to be maybe a close shave for Hayes ends up being a 4-6-3 double play to put the Broncos down here in the bottom half of the 4th. A little bit of defense from the Chargers. We got a 3-1 ball game going to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Hastings College Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sundays special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the weekend.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
There's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here on Extreme Sports Channel 2, Tyson Vronic, Marcus Metcalf with you here as we get set to go in the top half of the 5th inning here in game number 1. Quick chopper up to the first base side. One first baseman grounds out to another as Nico Saul is retired. Jace Valdez grounding into the 4-6-3 double play to end the Bronco hopes to the bottom half of the fourth. And now back to work here for Hastings College pitching and defense, which has been good to this point. Cooper Weber, 6 strikeouts, has allowed 4 hits, 1 run. Walked a batter and hit a batter and nearly hit another one here in Caden Marquardt, who steps up to the plate. Marquardt with a strikeout to his line score today. Watches ball 2 go below the knees. Stay. Rosters are wanting to blow out the window. Here's a 2-0.
Ben works at Runza, and he loves his teammates.
We got Rockstar Rachel, Johnny J-Town, and T-Money Terry in the house!
What's your nickname, Ben?
They call me Benst in the world.
Did you give yourself that?
Maybe.
Nickname or not, Runza makers stick together. Want to join the team? Apply today at runza.com/jobs or text Runza to 242424. Runza makes it all better.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
and our Roku streaming app. You can also catch us on the GPAC Sports Network for live video feed coverage of the action. Vargas with the RBI single, drives in Bruno, and it's a 4-1 Bronco advantage. That'll bring up Tristan Martinez.
Faraday back there at first base to courtesy run.
Faraday in for Vargas. Big lead over there at the first base bag. 2 down. High chopper towards second base side. Fielded, and to get the tag, they do. Faraday's out on the play, and that will put an end to things here in the 5th. Broncos come across for a run. The triple from Bruno, the RBI single from Vargas, and the Broncos will take a 4-1 lead heading into the top half of the 6th. 4-1, Broncos on top. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Caught it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Coming back here in the top half of the 6th inning, Broncos leading the Briarcliff Chargers 4-1 this afternoon. New pitcher to tell you about. Coming in will be Brody Severin, a senior from Aurora, Colorado, right-handed thrower. He will come in and replace Cooper Weber, the young redshirt freshman who dazzled today. 7 strikeouts, and maybe the biggest one was the one he got to end the 5th after Victor Rojas came out and had a chat. Thought we were going to have a pitching change. He debates and wins and then makes up for it. We had a punch out from the catcher on a would-be stolen base attempt, and then followed up by a tremendous strikeout of Reneo Padilla to get out of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Damon Schmid here to lead off things in the 6th with a 4-1 advantage for Hastings College. So all told for Coop, just surrenders 4 hits, walked 2 batters, hit 1, and allowing 1 run in 5 innings of work. An impressive outing from your starter. Now the bullpen coming to try to lock it down. High fly ball out towards Haynes. And Haynes is there, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Caleb St. Zaire. 2 strikeouts for him on the day. And the Bronco pitching staff would love for that trend to continue. And St. Zaire stepping up in the right-handed batter's box. 1 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Ooh, squares around a bunt, and that one nearly took a tooth.
A little chin music.
That was more than music. That could have been sponsored by Norelco or Bic. Here's 1-0. Inside and catches a little bit of the corner. I'll teach you for crowding the plate. Count goes to 1-1. Caleb St. Zaire trying to make contact for the first time here this afternoon. 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts. The pitch popped straight up the chute. Martinez calling everybody off and underneath it to make the play. So 2 outs here for the Broncos and their relief pitcher, Brody Severin. And now coming up to the plate will be Jake Christensen, the second baseman here for BC. Again, after this, we'll have a little break between games before we get set for Game number 2, which will be a 9-inning affair here at Duncan Field. Oops. That's always embarrassing. The comeback to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Just over the head. Luckily, nobody on. Jake Christensen stepping in. He's had a single today. 1 for 2 for him on the day. And here's the 0-1 delivery. Tries to paint the inside corner. Doesn't get it. The 1-1 from Severin. Here to Jake Christensen. Misses 2-1. Broncos with a three-run lead as Severin fires, and this is chopped foul. Trying to hang another 0 on that scoreboard here this afternoon. Again, Hastings College women. They're in Wichita. They were up by 20 at halftime over Friends University. An impressive offensive performance, to say the least, for the HC women. They will be on 1 tomorrow in the national tournament as it's a roller out to second base. Going to be flipped over in time. Rojas to Morrison. The 4-3 put out puts Briarcliff out here in the 6th. We're listening to Hastings College Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and
welcome back to Broncos Sports here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you. Bottom of the 6th, here in a 4-1 Hastings College advantage over the Chargers. Stepping up to the plate, the Cody Haynes. Haynes, Martinez, and Delgado. Broncos leading by 3, trying to tack on maybe a few more. Get their pitchers really comfortable. Although if I'm 7 right now, I'm saying keep it at 3 so I can get my save, please.
Yes.
Don't you dare get another run. Reverse logic, I think, for us here at the press box and maybe down in the seats. But as a pitcher, you want that 3-run lead and try to get the save. So 1-0 here to Haynes. As Hayes continues to go to work, I think they're looking to just empty the tank on him. As Hayes to Haynes from Hayes is a fly ball to left field to Deversey. Well, that's not confusing at all, is it?
Nope, not at all.
The fact that I managed this entire duration of the game without really screwing it up, not too bad. Diego Martinez now stepping up to the plate. Martinez was a strikeout victim earlier today. Looking to put one in play. Add to the Bronco hit tally. 4 runs on 6 hits here for HC. That'll do it. Right back up the middle. First pitch swing. Some ambush tactics for Diego. He's aboard. And I'll bring up Jared Delgado now to the plate. As Broncos got some business to attend to here in the 6th.
Yeah, Delgado technically 0 for 1 on the day as he lined up the first baseman in the first inning, and then he walked here in the 4th. So see if Delgado can register a hit here in his final plate appearance of this game.
Martinez dives back in safely. Again, Broncos trying to lock down the Chargers here in the first game. And we will see what game 2 brings. Delgado hit by pitch. Valdez now stepping up to the plate.
Might have a pitching change with the pitching coach coming out here for Briar Cliff. I know we got some bodies warming up down there in the bullpen from my vantage point.
Kind of been looking tired this inning, I think.
Yep. I thought the last 2 innings
that
he kind of looked that way.
Body language speaks 1,000 words sometimes, and now the pitching coach is going to make him say a few words to talk about how he's feeling. And it looks like I think it's going to be just a charge timeout here. I don't see the relief pitcher coming back, and the home plate umpire is going to break this baby up. So Hayes will stay in the game for now, although I would have to imagine at this point a pretty short leash.
Yes.
But also at the same point, for Briar Cliff, you're trying to get as many innings as possible in case the next game turns into a Johnny Holstaff kind of game. So, by the way, that's game 2 of 4 that's going to be played in 24 hours here. So, here's the pitch from Hayes. So he goes to work here on Jace Valdez. Valdez with 2 aboard and 1 down. Here in the Broncos' 6th. 4 runs, 7 hits. 1 Charger error. For the Chargers, 1 run, 4 hits, no Bronco errors. And a 2-0 count as the zone has abandoned Hayes in the last 6 pitches here. Frozen rope single from Martinez. Delgado hit by a pitch. And there, a first strike in a hot minute here for the Chargers. 2-1, Jace Valdez. Trying to set the table for the top of the order, and runners are off on the pitch. This will be a ground out to first, fielder's choice, as the runners were advancing on the play. So 2 runners head into scoring position. Valdez moves him over. Tyler Rojas now steps up to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position.
Exactly what you want, top of the order, and Tyler Rojas. He already put a single in play already. The first pitch to the game of their inning. Good time here if he can put another one back up the middle and score 2 here and give the Broncos the lead 6-1.
4-1 advantage for the Broncos. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. Tyler Rojas stepping up to the plate with 2 aboard. Martinez at third. Delgado at second. The pitch from Hayes. Swung on and missed over the top. Got a piece, but foul. Back into the right-handed batter's box, Rojas. Trying for the dagger here for the Broncos. The pitch, it's outside. Ball 2. And boy, if he gets on, and then you have the bases loaded for one of the hottest hitters in the entire conference right now. Talk about breaking it open. That would essentially topple the dam. Here's 1-1. Rojas watches it on the outside. He says no. 2-1. Hitters count here for Tyler. T-Row trying to find some green. The pitch from Hayes. Chopped foul, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Here for the Broncos. With double deuce in the on-deck circle.
Quick update from Wichita. Broncos are up 30, 66-36.
Goodness me.
Way to avenge your earlier loss from earlier this year.
The 2-2, Rojas slaps it towards the right field line, and this one's going to go foul. That was a 104-102 double overtime game earlier this season.
Yep. Where the Broncos came on the short end of that one.
The Broncos were 5 seeds back against Friends, 11-6, right?
Yep.
And it's a 30-point game.
Yes, and we're not even out of the third quarter yet. 4 minutes to go in the third, last check.
Telling me the GPAC's pretty strong in women's basketball?
I would say so. It has been for a long time.
Here's the 2-2. 11 seed. Pitch outside, and the count is now full. I raised my eyes a little bit. Did a little eye roll when I saw the seating release last week. And saw them down in the 11 spot. Thought that was a little underrepresented.
Thought that might fuel the fire a little bit.
Maybe just a skosh, right?
Yes.
Payoff pitch upcoming here to Tyler Rojas. And Rojas puts a charge into it out to center field. Camping out underneath it is Schmid, and he's there to retire the side. Broncos go down strand 2 in scoring position. They'll take a 3-run lead into the 7th. Last chance for romance for Briarcliff here in the first of 2 for you from Duncan Field.
Looking for a night out that hits different? Head to the 2nd Street Slammer in Hastings, where the music is loud, the drinks are cold, and the vibe is always right. Shoot some pool, play some darts, or tear up the dance floor with live DJs spinning every weekend. Whether you are rolling in with friends or meeting someone new, the Slammer is the place where good times and late nights come standard. Open Thursday through Saturday. Come see why the locals call it Hastings' favorite weekend escape. That's 2nd Street Slammer, 2315 West 2nd Street. Let loose, live it up, slam into your weekend.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back here at Duncan Field for the top of the 7th. The last chance opportunity here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Here in game number 1, Broncos trying to take the first of 4 here this weekend. A doubleheader today and a doubleheader tomorrow. As the leadoff man, Deversey, steps in and takes a look at the first pitch strike. Here from Severin, who is in line for the save. Weber with an absolute gem today as Coop throws 7 strikeouts and 4 hit ball. And now Brody Severin, the senior from Colorado, forcing the leadoff man to pop one straight up the chute. Martinez calls off Rojas, and there's one away. F7 to start off proceedings here in the 7th. F9, excuse me. Let's write it down right in our scorebook. Grayson Kay stepping up to the plate. Top of the order following him. First pitch strike from Severin. That's some zip to it. Would they put the radar gun down there?
That'd be nice.
Can you get the reading off of it for me? Here's a 1. That's in there. Hits quickly 0-2. Here to K. And the 0-2 delivery. Chopped foul. This got a little, chopped fair. It's got some English on it. Severin falls to his seat. Tries to field it. Little backspin as Grayson K checks one up in between third base and the pitcher. And now a discussion happening here between the home plate umpire and first base umpire, and curious as to what this will be. Okay.
They wanted to see if that was a foul ball or not.
Oh, man. You think
had some English on it, though. I always say that.
You think
right.
McLaughlin's had a rough day with the umpires so far? If they would have called that a foul, he might have lost his cap and his lineup card for the day.
Yes.
Here's Cale Waldred now at the plate. Waldred has an extra base knock here. He's got a double. One of just 4 Briarcliff hits so far today. Also has a strikeout to his tally. And takes a look at a strike in there.
That corner has appeared and disappeared and has appeared again.
As long as it appears here for this remainder of the top half of the 7th, I'm good with it. 0-2, extend that baby. Let's go to break. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, beautiful frame job. Vargas had to snap that baby back in pretty quick. No dice, says Mr. Williams behind home plate.
Yeah, I think that was Harry Doyle. That one was just a bit outside on that one.
Well, you're up 0-2. You can throw a few chase pitches. Now we're throwing back at the runner.
And you're heading the count.
Keeping him honest. Walred at the plate. Fouls one back into the parking lot. Heading towards a windshield near you. Always thought auto glass repair shop would be perfect for baseball broadcasts.
Oh, that'd be great.
1-2.
Dent repair.
Yep. The pitch, Severin. And this is fouled back and out of play.
Well, all you have to do is camp out here in the parking lot. You'll get a bunch of souvenirs if you'd like. I don't think they're giving out 50 cents today, but.
Well, when they did, that was my candy fund for the summer. Many times at Duncan Field with the bicycle, and I would just have a paper bag with me, collect some foul balls. I would turn in 10 to 20 foul balls a night.
Yeah,
down here at Duncan Field.
Before they renovated this place, remember the gate right there used to be, you just walk straight out of the parking lot, and they have to walk all the way down there. But oh yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd sit right up there on that corner and just go out and, like I said, get 10, 20 foul balls. You come home with $10.
Bag of baseballs turned into a bag of Airheads real quick. Yeah, love me some Airheads candy back in the day. The 2-2 misses. Excuse me, the 1-2 misses. Bring the count to 2-2. Had like 13 foul balls in a row, so as you haven't missed any action. It's still Waldred at the plate. And Kay leading it first. Check swing. And that's a little delay there, but no swing, says the umpire. I don't think he had the best angle at it either. He was looking straight across, and Severin, when he came off the mound, was right in his eye line, so that would have been a tough judgment call. 3-2, 1 down. Severin to fire. Spins and fires to first instead. No dice. Let's get after him.
And if you're Severin, you do not want to bring the tying run to the plate.
Tying run awaiting in the on-deck circle. In the form of Nico Saul at the moment. Waldred, shot to right. Martinez to a knee, sliding in, making the grab, and there's 2 down here in the 7th. Severin looking to slam the door shut with a save. Nico Saul heading to the plate. Broncos starting off with a flurry and trying to hang on here against the Chargers to pick up their first win of the Great Plains Athletic Conference season. And Saul fouls it back. Great opportunity here for HC, which has some expectations coming into 2026. And those expectations are, why not us? Why not us? And they want to announce to the rest of the conference that they're going to be contenders here in 2026. They've got the 4-1 advantage here on Briarcliff, and it's an 0-2. As Severin looking to finish off the Chargers here in game number 1, and it swung on, and we will have to hold. As Saul dumps it out to the right center field gap. Runner wheeling around second's going to get waved on home. Grayson Kay will score. Saul is standing up at third base with a triple. And now the narrative changes a little. Grayson Kay scores, RBI triple 4-2 on your scoreboard. Cade Marquardt stepping up to the plate. He represents the tying run. Severin trying to go back to work after the, albeit brief, blemish. Shake it off. First pitch swung on and foul. Four to 2, your score. And the 0-1 upcoming here to Cade Marquardt from Brody Severin, looking for the save. The win would go to Cooper Weber, redshirt freshman, dazzled after 5 brilliant innings. 7 strikeouts. And some key punch-outs in big-time situations here this afternoon. Here's the 0-2 from Severin. And this ball headed out towards the gap, and all of a sudden Briarcliff has found themselves in the ball game. Briarcliff is looking for back-to-back triples as Marquardt is going to replace Nico Saul. And literally out of nowhere land, here comes Briarcliff. They have clawed 2 back here with 2 outs, thanks to the courtesy of back-to-back triples from Nico Saul and Cade Marquardt. Now the tying run's over at third base, and Broncos need an out. Broncos need an out bad.
Yep. Courtesy run over there at third base going to be Caden Allred, sophomore out of Bellevue. No, you're right, though. The Broncos need an out. They need an out now because now you got the tying run at third base and go-ahead run now at the plate.
And this is going to be a pinch hitter as well. Wyatt Getman, the sophomore, into pinch hit for Padilla. Looking for a matchup as a lefty-righty matchup. Now here with Getman at the plate. We need an out because now my lineup card is trashed. We had a pinch runner and a pinch hitter, and now we have an 0-1. Come on, Brody. Looking to slam the door home here on the Chargers. Tying run at the third base bag here in the top of the 7th, and it's a slow roller into foul territory.
Curveball, too. That thing came in on him. I think you might see Brody come back here with a fastball. See if he can blow one by him and close this book on this for game 1.
Working up the ladder has worked all day. How about again? 0-2 delivery. Severin Getman. Long wait here on the rubber and delivers, and it's a foul tip. Some anxious moments here at the ballpark. And what was a comfortable Bronco lead has now turned into just trying to get to the finish line. We're on wobbly wheels here. Can Brody bring her in? An 0-2 to a pinch-hitting Wyatt Getman, who's getting his first at-bat of the ballgame, and it goes down, strikes. Brody Severin with the save. And despite a little added anxiety, the Broncos come away with a win here in game number 1. Cooper Weber with the dub, Brody Severin with the save. The first inning turned out to be the big one for HC as they win this first one by the score of 4-3. We're perfect in GPAC play. Broncos winners today here in the first. We'll come back, talk a little bit about this, gets you all set for the second. You are listening to Hastings College Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back with you here on Extreme Sports 2 from Duncan Field as the Broncos take the first here in today's doubleheader over Briar Cliff by the score of 4-3. Little anxious moments as Briar Cliff found a late charge with back-to-back triples to put the tying run at the third base bag, but Brody Severin slams the door shut, gets the strikeout, and the Broncos get the win. 4-3. On your scoreboard, 7 hits for the Broncos, 7 hits for Briar Cliff, 1 error, and that 1 error proving costly as that allowed a Bronco run to score. Big performance from the Broncos really in the first, and then the bats kind of went quiet, but they did just enough. I thought pitching and defense today, Marcus, Cooper Weber, you can't say enough about the redshirt freshman. You did enough to win this ball game, and I think the right team deserved to win.
Yeah, they did. And like you said, pitching and defense, that's what wins you ball games, especially in this ballpark. And for pretty much all 7 innings, for the most part, except for the last 2 outs of the 7th inning, that defense for HC played really well. And you mentioned the bats started off hot early for HC, scoring 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning. Then the bats did go quiet, and like I said, give credit to Briar Cliff. They were able to settle down on their pitching side of things and really shut down the HC offense. They only allowed one more run there in the bottom of the 5th. But other than that, I would say HC did actually a pretty darn good job. Other than those last 2 runs they gave up there in the 7th inning, HC did a good job to get their first win of conference play.
Well, the Broncos can say this at 3:57 on a Friday afternoon. We are in first place in sole possession of the Great Plains Athletic Conference, off to a 1-0 start. Let's try to make it 2-0, shall we? What we are going to do is we're going to take a little breather, a little break, and get you all set for the second game of our doubleheader here from Duncan Field this evening. There'll be about a 25 to 30-minute intermission, and in which case we will send you back to regular scheduled programming here on VSiN and on the Extreme Sports Network. When we come back, however, it'll be all set for game number 2, the Bronco basketball game. It basically is decided, but it will be decided by that point. They are up big. Yeah. Go ahead and Sharpie the Hastings College women in the national tournament, Marcus.
Yeah, 97-60 now. Hastings with the lead, 5 minutes to go in the game. I'll give you some quick statistics. Asim Manerick, man, she came off the bench here in second half. She's really come off strong. She is 7 for 10 from the floor. She has 19 points in the ball game. Bailey Kissinger, 17 points. Macy Bryant with 16 points. Mariah Vila with 12 points, along with Ann Bowes has 12 points. McKenna Gates with 11 points. So big day for Hastings College on the basketball side of things. They'll advance to play tomorrow against the winner of the team out of Oregon and Texas San Antonio.
So there you go. Texas A&M, San Antonio, and Oregon. The Oregon school coming up tonight. Hastings College firmly getting Sharpied into the second round at the Gravy Center in Wichita, the Garvey Center. I did it, finally. Hastings College women going to be picking up a win. That'll mean baseball is going to be on 2 all weekend long for you. But we've got one more game coming up here on this Friday night from Duncan Field. The nightcap of our doubleheader is coming up right around the corner. It's going to go the full 9. Hastings College and Briar Cliff. Hastings College winning the first by the score of 4-3. So we'll take a quick break and come back with you for game number 2 here from Duncan Field on a Friday evening. You're listening to the Extreme Sports Network.
We've come to the end of the first game of today's doubleheader, but there's still more Broncos action ahead. Stay tuned. Game 2 is coming up next on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports.
From our hosts and guests, real-time betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, and matchup analysis, plus 24/7 access to shows on the VSiN Watch app. Don't miss our March Mania betting guide, key trends, bracket strategies, and best bets from VSiN's top analysts. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to sign up today and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah. This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in today. Watching on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard with you. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Sportsbook and the Resort Casino here. Beautiful spot, best sportsbook in the entire world. Just talked to Richie Baccellieri for tonight's card. His numbers for tomorrow for half an hour. Greg Hoops Peterson coming up. And for those of you not in town, what is it, like 88 degrees today, Paulie? I bet you Stadium Swim is absolutely popping right now and tomorrow and over the weekend.
Beautiful, my man.
Now, here we do get to 98 next week, which is a little too much for March. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here.
There's going to be some accidents at the pool. Last year, I saw a guy getting wheeled out. I mean, this is really, you got to be able to watch yourself. Or you lose your cookies.
Throw those waters in.
Yep, that's right. You know, the Irsay auction's still going on. This is astonishing.
Did it start last night or today?
Last night, but he's got so much stuff, it continues. Eddie Van Halen's guitar, $580,000. The Saddle for Secretariat. Bob Dylan guitar at a concert in 93.
What
That's
did
the
the
other thing.
Saddle go for?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
These estimates aren't even close. It's like, maybe this will go for $1 million. They're blowing past it on every single item.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible what's going on here at Christie's and what Irsay had. Oh, what a story.
Okay, so games still in action right now in overtime. Big Ten tournament. Wisconsin leads Illinois 87-83. We came on the air an hour ago. I'm holding Wisconsin plus 8.5 in pocket here, and it was not looking good because Illinois could not miss. They expanded the lead to a dozen or a little bit more than that, and Wisconsin did what they can do, and that is they got hot from offense. Now we're looking at Boyd right now has 36 and Blackwell has 34. And most games, what does that go back and tell? Most games, in a Big Ten tournament game in history, Terrence Shannon had 40 a couple of years ago for Illinois. Both of these guys now are in the mid-30s. And I know JVT was on Wisconsin like 125-1 to win the whole thing. Last week here at Circa, the Blackjack tournament, our buddy Scotty Tribuca was picking out of 16 teams. Yeah, I think he was picking like 13th is where he finished. And he was going to take St. Mary's because that would have paid like $1.2 million. And we had a conversation. I'm like, take a peek at Wisconsin. So he has, I think, a $3,000 bet at 80-1 on Wisconsin to win the national title now. They can, if they're, look, I mean, they're a really good shooting team. And so when they're having one of those days, they can make a deep run. But I don't.
Lenardi's got him a 6 seed playing Miami, Ohio. How about that? And if they win, they play Bama. That'd be a track meet. That'd be a fun game.
Oh, my God, would that be that's the region for Wisconsin because both those games are going to fly over the
UConn is the 2 in that region. Miami's the 7.
First of all, Wisconsin would absolutely bury Miami, and that total, if it's anything below 160, you'd have to absolutely just fire on the over. Keep going until they say no more.
I am not going to be prepared for these second-round matchups when the 1-8 and the 1 is laying 15, 16, 17 points.
Yeah, that's how big they are.
Yeah. And it's astonishing what their power and how good these teams are.
Do you have anything in action right now? You want to look at Tulsa to come back and maybe win the game? They had such a rocky start.
Making a nice run. No, can't get there. Down 10. No.
What do you have for a score?
2.5. I have 42-32.
Okay, so you're slightly ahead of me then as we speak.
16 minutes. That's a 6 against the 3. Tulsa just hit a 3, though, and Tulsa off the extended rest. We'll see how they do. Trying to come back, and we could have a some final tomorrow in Conference USA. The 4 seed Louisiana Tech is through to the title game. The 1 seed Liberty went out early, and Sam Houston, the 2, was down 6 with 6 minutes left against Kennesaw State. What a story that would be tomorrow morning. Duquesne and VCU coming up. VCU's been hot. They're laying 8.5. This is Lenardi's last team in is Texas. So if Oklahoma wins, they're probably going to switch spots. But VCU, Missouri, SMU, and Texas, the last 4 in, according to Lenardi. Oklahoma, Auburn, New Mexico, San Diego State, last 4 out. I think VCU can win this tournament, no doubt. And certainly you got a 1 seed who's got issues, and that number is up. St. Louis 5.5 against Dayton tomorrow in the first semifinal. Toledo and UMass coming up. Toledo 2.5. We'll see if if UMass can shock the world again off the win over Miami, Ohio. I already mentioned this is too much. I took 7.5 with Kent State against Akron, the other semi in the MAC. Listen, this Akron team's great, and they are blowing people out, exception to yesterday. But they blew them out in both meetings. But, boy, this is some power rating here to be laying 7.5. And I think that's too rich.
Oh, boy. Okay, hold on here. Let's update everybody, because Wisconsin now is leading by 2 with 5.8 seconds left, and Carrington is at the free throw line. He just missed the first free throw.
How'd they cut it to 2?
I have no idea. Illinois has some life.
He makes it.
Yeah, he makes the next one, so it's 91-88. Illinois has 0 timeouts left.
Got a foul.
So, right? We saw that with Davidson last night at the end of regulation.
Don't let him get it off.
So Wisconsin decides to take a timeout. Set up. Okay, you have to foul again. I'm watching the end of that Davidson game last night because I bet them live when they were down against Loyola Chicago. And I got like plus 114, I think, on Davidson. They come roaring back to take a 3-point lead. The obvious call or play here is to foul Loyola and not to let them get a shot off, give them the 2 free throws, and then you don't want to take the chance of going to overtime. They never did that. And Loyola had the ball for plenty of time. It wasn't like this crazy scenario where they couldn't possibly foul. They decided not to foul. Kid hits a 3, they go to overtime. Now, they hung on and they won the game, but it doesn't matter what level we're talking about. I can't believe we're still, I say this every year, how is this discussion still possible? You have to foul every single time.
Yep. Especially in the NBA, when these guys don't miss.
Oh, my God.
Everyone on the floor can shoot.
And they can shoot from 30 feet or beyond that.
Yep.
Let's see what Wisconsin decides to do. Are they going to foul?
No. Good look. Good look.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he got a wide open look. That was terrible defense.
Horrible.
They gave him a wide open look.
They gave him a look from like 28 feet, and it goes off the back of the iron. And by the way, again, they were set up quite well there to foul, and they decided not to. We're going to give him the shot instead. Ah, boy,
what a comeback.
Boy.
What a comeback. Bucky,
yep.
Good job.
That was a big number pregame to get it done, and a bigger number live to come back and win the game. Now they get Michigan tomorrow, a team that they went to and provided their first loss of the entire season. On the road, by the way, for Wisconsin this year.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on the WAC and the Big West as well? And Commissioner Bruce Marshall later in the show? Because this is interesting where the Big West and the WAC give both the one, as they should, the 1 and 2 seeds get buys into the semis.
Let me give you some
numbers.
Big
point spreads, and we've had some movement on this. I mentioned the Utah Valley from 6.5 up to 9 in the first game.
Yep. I do have some trends for the WAC. Steve Mackinnon at vsin.com. I want to get these games right with the conference because we have a 9 o'clock Eastern and 11:30 Eastern tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So WAC teams coming off an earlier round bye and have been favored are 15-1 straight up and 12-4 ATS. Qualifying plays for tonight: Utah Valley State, Cal Baptist.
Cal Baptist swept Utah Tech. They are 6.5 and 143.5. The total there. Utah Valley's up to 9.5 in the first game against Arlington.
I'll tell you this as well. Only 3 WAC tournament underdogs of 3 points or more have won outright in the last 12 years. Those teams are 3 and 57 straight up, 22 and 38 ATS. That's 36.7%, including 0 and 8 straight up and 2 and 6 ATS a year ago. And that would obviously fit both teams tonight, both those dogs, Texas Arlington and Utah Tech.
Cal Irvine is a low power rating. That's a great program. They've been good for a long, long time. They're only 3.5 against Northridge. That's the 1 against the 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising. And then Richie mentioned the Hawaii game, too. Hawaii 5.5 against Fullerton. And Hawaii off a brutal loss. Lost as a 15-point favorite to Long Beach last week in the final conference home game. So maybe they'll be in a foul mood, get that taste out of their mouth coming up tonight.
I'm on... So I said this on the air for the first hour as well. Not just bringing it up because it won. The SEC right now. I had under 68.5, Tennessee and Vandy first half. 31-31 is the score. The second half total is about 77.5. In that first half, and I have the game under 148. I might actually play for a middle and go over 77.5. Tennessee shot 37%, Vandy shot 41%, and the teams combined to shoot 5 of 25 from 3. I think that will only get better. And then you always have the possibility of free throws, late fouling, or maybe the potential of overtime. And so that middle right now would be, 8.5 points, I believe?
All right, looking for the Wisconsin-Michigan line. And in the meantime, South Florida, Charlotte, South Florida, 14.5 in the first semi in the American tomorrow. UAB did it again.
Yeah.
It was, have I been to Birmingham? They didn't cover one game in Birmingham this year in conference. 0-10 ATS.
So my answer with another result,
Wow.
no, I've never been to Birmingham.
So UAB goes out after losing outright to Charlotte. Follow the money, brought to you by Profit X. March Madness has got a lot more interesting. Profit X running a great promotion. King of March, you can win free trips worth up to $10,000 just by betting the tournament. 10 pregame spreads or totals across the 67 games. Hit your volume goal, bang. And every 10 additional wins earns you another shot. 1,000 in volume, you're entered for the 5K trip. 10,000, you're entered for the 10K trip. Flights, hotels, wherever you want to go, Profit X covers it. Try the St. Bart's route, what the listener sent in when we played Win Some, Lose Some. It's simple. Download the app, use code VSINMM and start winning. Profit X, King of March. Get the app, code VSINMM.
I promise up next, I will pay this off. One team fits a trend that has hit 73% of the time since 2017 in action tonight.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-3062. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-566-3062. That's 800-566-3062.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by Weatherology.com. A high wind watch begins at 7 a.m. Sunday and continues until 9 p.m. Sunday night. 57 this afternoon under partly cloudy skies, southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies again tonight, 33. 73 tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Turning much cooler Sunday and Monday with highs in the mid-30s. Chance for snow Sunday. A dusting of snow.
It's almost that time. Your home for college football is Extreme Sports.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
tricks, projections, and the angles the market might miss. Former big leaguer Jensen Lewis adds the player's perspective, clubhouse chemistry, adjustments, and what really translates over 162 games. Everything you need before opening day. Go to VSiN.com/MLB and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, Greg Hoops Peterson on the program. His thoughts on tonight's card. We'll throw some games at him for tomorrow as well. Let me get this trend and pay it off. Steve Makinen again, vsin.com. Great numbers every day, every week, every year. Doesn't matter the sport. Conference tournament favorites coming off of a win, scoring 90 points or more, are on an incredible 73-16 straight up run and 64-24-1 ATS. 73% Paulie all the way back to 2017. One play tonight, and that is UConn. They're laying a gigantic number against a Georgetown team that looked, I would say, damn impressive last night.
Oh, yeah. Great win. Great performance.
I can't lay that many points with UConn. They were awesome. Took care of business. Hurley felt a little cocky in the post-game presser. That's fine. That's who he is and what he does.
Yeah.
But I'm just I'm holding out hope that we get St. John's and UConn tomorrow.
That'd be great. Oh, that'd be phenomenal. That atmosphere.
We have to have that game.
Have it. I know. That's why I'm scared in the first game. Another reason why I bet Seton Hall. I'm scared. Can't have nice things, right? Won't give it to us.
We're not allowed to.
Won't give it to us. Mm-hmm. So that would be fantastic. The rubber match in that environment at the Mecca. Can't wait. UConn's $1.50 at DraftKings. St. John's plus 170 to win it.
Interesting. Okay.
Seton Hall 12-1 and Georgetown's an astronomical number. Did you find anything that you looked at other than Dayton
today
with the updated numbers? Yeah,